Hi YouTube family, this is Courtney. I'm back again with another quick video. I would like to share with you all. I really want to dedicate this video to my beautiful black queens out there who are suffering from what I like to call the hat lady syndrome. And that's basically someone or a woman who has on too many hats, playing too many roles in her everyday life, and she is becoming overwhelmed, she's becoming depressed, she is experiencing anxiety, just feeling frustrated, and it's starting to pour over into her health. That is what I like to call the hat lady syndrome. You're doing too much. And I understand from the time we get up in the morning, from the time we go down, we are busy, 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 constantly going from working, from cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids, doing laundry, playing taxi cab, going, taking our kids to these extracurriculum activities across town, going back and forth. It can be overwhelming and it can be a lot for us to handle. So that is what I like to call the hat lady syndrome. It's just someone that is doing too much, pretty basically a woman. And statistically it shows that a lot of African American women are stressed out just by coping with what they have to deal with on a daily basis. And they don't even recognize that it's stress because it's the norm to them. It's normal for me to get up in the morning and have 5 or 6 things to do before I leave out the house, and it's normal for me to get on my job and not only take on the task of my responsibilities but others as well. They just consider it the norm. It's normal for me to be over here and then have to fly across town to pick the kids up, and then I have to go to the store, I have to come home, I have to cook, clean, and I have to perform all of these duties. It's the norm. And in the process and in the midst of doing what we consider the norm or our everyday activities in life, we are neglecting ourselves, and it's causing us to become stressed out, overwhelmed, and struggling with anxiety and even depressed, to the fact that it's pouring over in our health. We are having high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, like I said, depression and stress. And it all stems from being stressed and being overwhelmed from wearing too many hats and not knowing how to just pull back and breathe and simplify our life. I was guilty of it. I would wake up every day, and from the time that I get up, I'm doing household stuff, trying to figure out things. And then sometimes it's a mental thing. It's like it's constantly, what do I have to do? What needs to be done? Did I miss something? Let me check an appointment book. Let me check my calendar. It's like we're constantly going, 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 and we neglect self. We forget that we matter too. So what I would like to do is just real quick share through 4 simple things with you that actually helped me along my journey to, what I would like to say, simplify my life so that I can have a life. I don't want this. Stress is a silent killer. I don't want it to take me out just because I have things that I have to get done every day in life. So what I need to do is to work smarter and not harder. So these are 4 things that actually helped me along my journey to actually simplify my life so that I can have a life, meaning that I can do what I want to do what I don't, do what I want to do, have fun, go places, and just make my life simple. So the first thing that I had to do was to literally take inventory. I made a list of everything that I have to do, everything, all of my responsibility. Again, my responsibility, not no one else's, not a church member, not a friend, not a sister, not a mother. I know you love them and I know you want to help them, but this is your life. And just remember, you have to take control over your life. You are the CEO of your life. So you have to really take control of it. So the first thing I had to do was to take inventory. I made a list of all of my responsibilities, everything that I had to do. Every hat, I took it off, looked at it, and I wrote it down. Every hat, and I just wrote it down, everything. And that was the first thing I had to do. And the second thing I did was I began to look at my list and I started to prioritize. So I began to say, okay, well, I know Mondays are my busiest days, so I don't need to schedule an appointment on that day. I don't need to invite company over to entertain that day because I know I have this, and this that needs to be done. So I know Mondays are not good for me. So I'm going to simplify my life and not put something else that needs to be done there. Another example is if I know a day of the week is a busy week for me or outside of the home, I'm not going to try to do laundry because I'm not going to be here. And then for me, I used to forget, oh, I got a load in the washer that needs to go in the dryer, and then I have to rewash them again. So it was just like I had to just really simplify and prioritize my life. I set aside a day to do business outside the home. That means run errands, go grocery shopping, pay bills, do house visits if I had someone I needed to go visit, and I just did that day. With schooling, I took a day to set aside and be like, okay, these nights I'm going to do this class, that night I'm going to do that class. If I have a test or something, I'm going to study for this class. With the kids, if they have sports or wanting to go to the library or something, that this is going to be family time. I'm going to simplify it and not really do anything. I'm going to take something out light to cook, or we can go out to dinner that night, and it was going to be about the family. I had to start prioritizing my life to simplify and not cram so much in one time and feeling like I have to get it all done in one day. So once I did that, I started to see things of getting a little smoother, and I was not as stressed out as I was by trying to cram everything once have taken inventory of all of my responsibility. And the third thing is my favorite, is what I like to call the trash and delegate. Once you prioritize your stuff and you actually look at what you have to do, what I did was I started to look at some of the stuff that I had on my list. I'm like, you know what? I don't need to do this. This is not something I have to do every day, or something that a must that I need to do in my life. I had to ask myself, am I benefiting from it? Is it productive? Is it positive? Is it helping me? Is it helping my kids? Is it helping my life any better? And if it didn't, I just trashed it. I'm like, I didn't need to do that. I don't need to go here every day. I don't need to participate in this every day. I don't have to do this because it's adding more on me than needs be, and I can do without it. So I've just started to just scratch stuff off. I didn't need it anymore. I didn't have to go here all the time. I didn't have to participate in that or engage in this or have to show my face here all the time. I just didn't have to do it. So if it's something that I can do without, and I saw that it was not going to hurt anyone or hurt me or hurt my kids, I just let it go. I'm like, it was fun while it lasted or whatever, or probably stressful for me because it was too much, and I let it go. If it's something I didn't like anymore or whatever the case may be, if it wasn't beneficial for me and my family, I didn't do it. I didn't go there anymore. So I trashed it. And then another thing is to start to delegate things. Start to, you are the queen in your queendom, meaning your world, your house, your sanctuary. You are the queen. You are the CEO of your life. Start to delegate things. For an example, with me, my kids are 8, 7, and 5. They're responsible for cleaning up their room, taking out the trash, making sure the living room is clean before they go to bed, picking up their toys, things that I don't have to do anymore, that I once did when they were younger. Now that they're of age, that's their responsibility. And when you think about it in that sense alone, it's a win-win situation, because not only are you simplifying your life to make it easier, meaning that you are delegating a responsibility onto them, they're now learning how to be responsible. They're learning how to pick up after themselves and keep a clean house and to take care of their responsibility. They do those things. So I don't do it anymore. And then also I use it as a reward. They come to me and ask, hey, mommy, can we do this? Can we go here? I ask, hey, is your room clean? Did you take out the trash? So it lets them know that, in order for me to get something, I have to work for it. So in that sense alone, when you begin to delegate stuff, it's a win-win situation for you. So the trash and delegate is a good tool to use, especially if you have kids around, and if even if you have, a significant other, a husband, or just let them know, hey, babe, I need some help around the house. Can you do this? Can you, help out a little bit more? Help me, you know, to feel more less stressful or overwhelmed because I have this and this. Have that talk with him and ask him, hey, I need you to do this. Be open, communicate, and let him know I need you to, to help me out a little more. And then the fourth thing, which is my favorite, is to just say no. Just say no. Oftentimes, a lot of people come to us, especially if we're known as the nice one, or the responsible one, or the mature one, someone that will get things done. They like to come to us and say, hey, can you help me? Or hey, can you do this? Or could you take me here? And could you do this? Da da da. Now, be very careful with this no. I don't want you to just say no, 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 because you don't want to do it, or you don't want to, just simply don't want to help anyone. No. Use your judgment on it. You know when you're being taken advantage of. You know when someone is taking your kindness for weakness. And you know what you already have to do as far as your responsibilities is make sure that you're good and your family is good. So to add on extra stuff, to add on extra stress into your life and to make your life even more overwhelmed, it's like you're going to be on a hamster wheel. You're trying to get rid of some of these hats that you're wearing, but yet you're putting on new ones, so it's kind of like it's equal, and you're trying to actually get rid of it so that you can have more free time for you, to simplify your life so that you can have a life. So adding more stuff onto yourself, adding more hats on, it's not going to be beneficial for you. So in a loving and polite way, just simply tell them, no, I won't be able to do that, I'm sorry, or I apologize. Or even if you can say, hey, maybe not today or this week, maybe next week, it's okay. And don't feel guilty about it, because I'm quite sure if they had something to do or somewhere to go or other plans or priorities, they wouldn't mind telling you no. So it's okay to tell people no. It's okay to birth that gift of no. It's okay. Don't feel guilty about it. Just say it with love and being polite about it. And then also, like I said, use your judgment. You don't want to just be telling everybody no. No. You do want to still be a blessing to others. If you can do it, then do it. But make sure you do that. Just tell them no, I can't do that. And when you do, start utilizing these four things, you will start realizing that your life will become more simple. It works for me. It came more simple. So what I was able to do in that free time was to find a moment to block out for me whatever I wanted to do. If I wanted to read a book, if I wanted to take a walk, exercise, or if I just wanted to sit on my couch and do absolutely nothing, I could. It was a way that I began to love on me, start to take care of me, start to filter out those thoughts and start to filter out those feelings so that I can reintroduce myself again, because I have gotten so clouded and gotten so lost with doing everything for everybody and neglecting myself. It was rewarding to sit down with a glass of wine or book, watching a movie that I wanted to watch or catch up on some shows just for me. And then I also noticed in return that when I started to utilize those four principles and put them into my life every day, that I have become a better person, not just for myself, but for my kids, for people around me. I'm less stressed. I'm smiling more. I'm happy. Don't get me wrong, I may have my moments. I'm human. I'm a woman. But for the most part, I became a lighter version of myself. I wasn't always heavy. I wasn't always, oh, I'm tired, or feeling like I need a cup of coffee just to get through the day. I had my energy. I had that time because I realized that it is important that in my life, while simplifying and trying to, in order to do that, I have to daily, not weekly, daily, find that moment and set that reset button so that I can recharge and come back again. So To my sisters out there, I just want you to let you know that, like I said, statistically, we are known for having the most stress, being depressed, having anxiety, simply because we are dealing with so many hats. We have so many hats. We're playing so many roles every day. And just a side note, in addition to that, if you have a family member or a friend that can step in and help, for an example, maybe grandma, she's retired and she's not really doing anything, ask her, hey, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, can you pick the kids up from school so I won't have to rush from my job and try to rush over here to get them? Or is there a day where you can probably take my son to the doctor's appointment, so I can go home and chill or do whatever it is I got to do, or go run errands or go to a store or something. So if you have family members or, close loved ones that you're comfortable with and you're confident in their ability to take care of your kids, or what other responsibility you may have, delegate that role to them. Not saying it has to be consistent, but every now and again, even like on a weekend, if you want to have a weekend to yourself or go out with a girlfriend or with your significant other, I think it's very important that you have a relationship with someone outside your home, so that you can say, can my kids spend the night, or can you come over and sit with my kids while I go out and come back home or whatnot, so that you can just have that moment to just enjoy life. The reason for simplifying your life is not just to simplify it. It's a reason behind it. And the core reason is so that you can enjoy your life. You don't want to live your life every day as if it's like you're a robot just going through the motions. You want to take the time to stop and smell the roses, and stop and breathe, enjoy nature, enjoy the scenery, enjoy yourself, listen to your music, and whatever it is that you do, you want to be able to enjoy that moment. And if we're constantly putting on these hats and just constantly on this hamster wheel, going, life is going to pass us by, and we are not going to remember nothing but our list of things that we had to do. So, and like I said, it also plays a part in our mental health, and also in our physical health as well. So it's very important, queens, that you take a moment to simplify your life. Those are 4 easy steps. They work for me. If I pray that they work for you. If they don't, tweak it to where it goes into your program, what you can and can't do. But like I said, it's very imperative that you learn how to love on yourself, beautiful queens, because if you don't love you, no one else is going to love you. If you don't put out that energy on how to love you, no one else is going to realize how to love you. You are very important and you do matter. I know they like to say that saying that once you have kids, and that's one of our, I think a lot of our women, that's one of our main hats, is that we feel like our life is gone. And I don't march to the beat of everybody else's drums. I don't believe in what everybody's cliches and things that people say. I don't think so. I don't think your life stops. I don't think your life ends because you have kids. I just think you just need to prioritize and find a balance so that you can block that time out with having kids. I don't care how big or small they are, so that you can take care of you, because you have to always remember that you are important, you matter, and that you have to love yourself first. It is imperative that you do. So like I said, I won't be long. I just wanted to share that with you because I noticed a lot of women were going through so much and we having so many hats on. It's time to take those hats off, prioritize, live your life, enjoy life, and be happy. Again, self-love is the best love. I pray that this video helps someone. I pray that you take these tools and really use them, because like I said, along my journey, this is what works for me, and I hope that it works for you. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off. I love you all. Again, my beautiful black queens, take care of yourself. I love you. Self-love is the best love. Peace.